Hi everyone. So today I'm going to talk about quinoa. Now, the pronunciation of this, I know everybody pronounces it in a different way, but the actual pronunciation of this is quinoa. So, quinoa. So, the reason that I want to show you how to cook quinoa is because it's a superfood in the way that it has lots of proteins and it just is a fantastic grain to have. It's almost like a seed and it kind of fills you up, and it also is healthy. So it's very important to cook it properly, because most of the people that I know, whenever I talk about quinoa, the first thing that they tell me is that it's terrible, it doesn't taste well, they don't like it, and all of that. But this is a really tasty meal, but we need to know how to cook it. So what I'm going to do today is to take you through the steps of how to cook quinoa. So this is quinoa. Okay, so I've taken 1 cup of quinoa, which is this. I've taken 1 cup of this of quinoa. What I really did was, the first thing I did is I washed it in water. And you have to wash it very nicely in water, because there's this bitter taste in quinoa which needs to be removed, so it needs to be washed before we can cook it. And if you don't wash it, you're going to get bitter taste of this. So what I've done is I've washed it, and really well. So now this is a washed quinoa here. And what I've done here is I have taken a bowl here, and I've put 2 cups of this water in this. I've put 2 cups of water in this. So this is 1 cup quinoa and 2 cups of water here. Now it's come to a boil here. Now it's come to a boil here, and I'm going to put the quinoa into it. I'm going to stir it, and now I'm going to reduce the flame, and I'm going to just cover it up for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, I'm going to cover this up, and then we will see what happens after 15 minutes. This is how the quinoa looks. So I'm basically using the fork to show you how beautiful and fluffy the quinoa has become. Yeah. So as you can see here, it's beautiful texture and wonderful looking. So now I'm going to make a recipe out of this. So I'm going to take some quinoa, some I can store into a glass jar. I can store some of the quinoa back and use it later. But some quinoa I'm going to use in a stir fry. So I'm going to make stir fry with some vegetables. Now I'm making a stir fry with some quinoa. And what I'm going to do is I'm using sesame oil. You can even use olive oil if you want, or you can use canola oil if you like. I am using sesame oil. So you just need to put a slight drizzle of the oil here. And you just need to put it here in the pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting some onions here. I'm putting some onions here, and now I'm going to put some garlic with the onions. So here you go. So I'm just stirring this so that it becomes a little brown. I'm putting some salt now. And put some salt based on your taste, how much salt you need. You can garnish it. And I'm also putting some pepper here. So you can also do the same. I like to have my food with actually minimal extra flavoring, and I like to enjoy the natural taste of the food. So if you look at the food that I make, it's pretty natural with vegetables, and it retains the natural flavor of the food very well. So now, as the onions are getting a bit cooked, I'm going to start putting the other vegetables. Now, it really depends on what vegetables you have with you in the fridge. I today just had capsicum, I had carrots, I had chives, which I'll be putting here. So those are what I am using today. But you could use things like mushrooms. You can use any other vegetable that you really would like to use. So here you go. I'm going to put carrots and capsicum first, and just going to stir it again. And it takes like a couple of minutes to stir it. Okay, so now it's almost done, and I'm going to add chives to this. So chives have been added. I love the flavor of these herbs. So you can put coriander, you can put parsley, you can really put what is available with you in the fridge, and it all tastes wonderful. Now, as this is getting sauteed, I'm going to put the quinoa in it. This is the right time to put it in. As you can see, it's, it's getting cooked. And now is a good time to put some soya sauce. So I am going to put some soya sauce. And just get that flavor in the dish. And it will just kind of soak in the flavor of the garlic, of the chives, of the vegetables, and it's going to have this amazingly beautiful taste. And what I'm going to show you now is I also have roasted some garlic here. Yeah, so I've roasted some garlic here. And as you can see that what I did is I put them in a foil and I put it in the oven for 15 minutes. And now this is how the garlic has come out. What you need to just do is you can just squeeze it out. You just apply a little bit of pressure and it kind of comes out. Similarly, here I'm opening this one, and this is how it is. So what I did is I cut the garlic from one side. I applied some sesame oil, some salt, some pepper, and I folded it in foil and I roasted in the oven. And now see how beautifully it's kind of coming out. You know, you can see I just squeeze it on one side and this whole garlic is coming out. Now, what you can really do with this garlic is you can make a paste of this and you can put it in like you can put it in toast and it tastes wonderful, or you can even put some in the quinoa. So now I've just switched off the flame, yeah, because it's kind of done. And I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of more garlic from the top because I just love the taste of this. I love the taste of this roasted garlic, and I am just putting a bit of it more on the top. And the dish is really ready to be eaten, and I'm going to taste it. So here you see the dish of quinoa, and it's wonderful. The taste is awesome. It's perfect. It's natural. It's flavorful, and it's so easy to make. And now I've kept some quinoa inside, so if after a day I want to eat it again, I don't really need to boil it. I can just start with the veggies and put it. So it's a really, really quick dish and a healthy dish to make. So I would now really encourage all of you to subscribe to my channel because I'll come back with a lot of healthy recipes for you all. Apart from my health tips that I keep giving you, I also will give you the tools to be healthy by giving you some quick recipes. So please subscribe to my channel. And for now, bye bye.